with Amanda Campeanu. I don't know how to say that, so
yeah, no, you pretty
I
much
would hack
said
that. Amanda is a branding photographer, and she does lots of different things from personal branding, photo shoots, right through to content creation and product photography for brands. She's had quite an interesting journey to where she is now, which is why I wanted to speak to her today. So welcome.
Thank you so much for having me now. I'm so excited.
So let's roll back right to the beginning. I was recently reading an interview you did with Terry, the social media boss, legend, and you were speaking about, you know, sort of what you were doing before you started working for yourself, and that you had a couple of interesting occasions, like you got made redundant at some point, you've been fired at some point, there's been some less than ideal scenarios, but I'm just really interested to see how it all sort of played out.
It played out very well in the end. Yeah, I mean, being made redundant, it was pretty confronting. It was just a really terrible experience, partly because it was also very personal to myself and my family. February 2017, that all happened, and I just basically felt really shit about life. Like, I remember like going into my bathroom when I got home, I just bawled my eyes out. I was like, how could this have happened to me? I was unemployed for 3 months. I found it really hard to get a job. So I was living on the Gold Coast at the time. And I was like, what am I doing? I was so bored. And that's when I actually bought my DSLR camera, my first camera. I actually had a blog at the time, so I have been in like the online blogging realm for a couple of years, and that was a finance and career blog. So I was like, that kept me busy kind of, but it wasn't really like going anywhere fast. And I just decided that I didn't want to rely on anyone to pay me money ever again, because you just don't know what can happen. And after I got made redundant, I spoke about it when I started my business account, and so many people apparently get made redundant, and I didn't realize how often you've been made redundant.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like, it is,
and it is
such a common thing. It's like every second person's been made redundant, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. And it's like, you don't really want to tell anyone, especially, I mean, when I got fired, I was like, I'm just gonna own this, because I mean,
okay, you have to tell us the story.
So I was working for a very well-known active brand. I won't say the name just because I actually don't think I'm allowed to.
No.
But I worked in their head office for about 4 months. It was part-time. It was for wholesale administration. So basically my job was to make sure that stock went from China over to Europe, and manage an email inbox for like 7 hours a day, 3 days a week. So it wasn't the most thrilling job in the world, and the training wasn't that good. When I started, it was basically like throw you into the deep end. And so I made a mistake, or rather I didn't do something when I started that came back to bite me in the butt like 4 months down the track. I basically went into work one day. It was a Thursday, and my boss texted me like a couple of minutes before I arrived, and she was like, Amanda, I just need to see you as soon as you come in. I was like, here we go. Got at my desk, my things down. She came and grabbed me. She's like, hey, like, come here. She seemed really stressed, and pulled me into a room and basically said, unfortunately, we have to let you go. And I was like, okay, cool, no worries.
Like, what can you say?
I mean, if I really needed the job, I probably would have bawled my eyes out and actually questioned why. They didn't really say much about it. It was just like, see you later. But I was actually extremely happy. It was really the best day of my life. And it was, I came out and I called my boyfriend. I was like, babe, can you just come back and pick me up? Like, he's like, what?
Just go around the block, please.
Just come back. And I hopped on Instagram. I was like, girls, I just got fired. So I'm full-time in my business now.
At that point, you were already doing some of your branding photography.
Yeah, so I was pretty much a year into my business, and I had been asking the universe, like, when should I go full-time? Like, when is it going to happen? And it it was funny, like the day that I went into work, the morning of, just before I walked out the door, I was just like, give me a fucking sign. I said those words out loud. I was like, it actually gives me chills, like still thinking about it, that's how it happened.
So from there, you actually started working full-time in the business, or how did you sort of segue?
Yeah, I guess because I was only part-time, so I was there 3 days a week. I had that transition already from when I quit my full-time job to going part-time, and I think like the hardest thing really was trying to get out of the 9 to 5 mindset and actually be like, oh, I can work at 6 o'clock at night or at 10 o'clock at night or on weekends. Like just getting out of, I have to work 9 to 5 was probably the hardest thing.
Why do you think like working for other people didn't really gel for you?
I can be really stubborn and really opinionated and very sometimes outspoken, which I don't probably portray myself as that on social media, but in the workplace, I don't like being told what to do. I had a call center job for 5 years during uni, and on multiple occasions, my boss wanted to fire me.
How did that turn around? What were you doing? What were you like, hang on, wait, just one more go?
Yeah, like, because it's a call center job, like it can be very difficult dealing with difficult people, and you have a good vent. And I think sometimes I was quite outspoken a little bit, but my operations manager, she actually loved me. So she saved my butt on numerous occasions. Just in every single corporate job that I've had, except one, mainly because I had a lot of autonomy, I have run into trouble with my bosses. My family is very entrepreneurial. So my dad, he has said like he can never work for anybody, and my whole family knows that. My brother has had his own business. It kind of just runs in the family for me, but I like doing what I want to do when I want to do it and not being told what to do by other people. I hate being told what to do.
I love you. So what did your dad do then?
So my dad, he's an industrial chemist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess the best thing that I can describe him at the moment is an inventor. So he invents things that are way above my head in the realm of electricity, and like, I won't bore you with the details.
Yeah, wow. No, I just want to know. Let's then roll into like, how did your business progress? Because I saw that you started off doing stock photography. How did you start there, and how did you move on from it?
Yeah, I started in stock photography because I thought that was going to be the easiest way to make money. So having like an online membership, having like people sign up and they have access to all these beautiful stock photos. And I really hated taking stock photos because it didn't have a goal in mind. And at the time that I was doing it, I was still working full time. So I was like, this isn't even sustainable for me because I can't take the amount of photos to even warrant a membership. So I probably like had about 6 months in that little phase. And then I don't know what it was. Maybe I saw something on Instagram or Pinterest, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll try product photography. That looks cool. You know, I get to play with product and maybe try the product and blah, blah, blah. So I put a call out onto a Facebook group. Yeah. Maybe it was like Girls in Business or LMBDW, one of those. And I was like, I want to collaborate with a product-based business. I will take a couple of photos for you in exchange for a testimonial. And I got my first person who was like, yep, like, I want to do it. And she was a skincare company, and she's still my client today. Yeah, she's my longest time client. And I think that really cemented my love for product photography and the process of it. Like, it is kind of like Christmas when you receive a package nearly every day or every week. And it's just fun. Like for me, skincare is like my own obsession. So I love shooting for it. I did around 30 collaborations to build my portfolio.
So who was the first like one who approached you for a paid gig, or how did that come about?
Yeah, I think it was probably one of the ones who I collaborated with.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember who it was who hired me for the first paid gig, But I do know that out of all those collaborations, like a handful of those businesses then hired me to do another job for them.
And that's that other side of collaboration, is you don't know actually what business will come off the back of it as well.
Exactly. And that's why I just think it's so powerful. Like I don't work for free often anymore, but if I see it as a benefit to my business or my portfolio or like my personal life, then I'll be like, yeah, I'll collaborate with you. Like, no worries.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the moment, I probably collaborate more with bigger brands.
Yeah.
So brands that I want to be shown that I am working with, and also hotels and Airbnbs to build up that portfolio. It's kind of like a thing, like in any industry, to get experience, you have to have experience. So I was like, okay, I need to start building a portfolio that will show that this is also what I do, that this is a service I could potentially offer.